Melissa, how are you?
Good.
Okay, okay. Oh, Daddy, how are you doing?
Fine.
I'm fine. Good. How is the going, oh, Daddy? Are you catching up with Django?
I wasn't present in the previous lesson,
Mm,
but I've really worked out with the Python.
mm.
At least I've got some progress.
Oh, with Python, right?
Yes.
Okay, good to hear that. Okay. So they're still coming. Did any of us try to fire up Django? Anybody try to fire up Django? Bonnie, Brian, Melissa, or Daddy, did you try?
I slightly tried to, but then the events of the weekend caught up with me.
Okay. All right.
For me, I tried, but my code space was unable to do that.
Oh, you are working on code space.
Yeah.
There's a way how you can, there's a workaround. You can tweak, there's a way you can tweak it and it will just work. Um, okay. Let's give them maybe another 5 minutes. And Nick, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Yeah. Catherine, how are you doing? I'm just checking if we managed to fire up Django. Nick, did you manage to fire up Django? Melissa, Christine. Christine, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Nick, did you manage to fire up Django?
I was trying it out right now.
Okay. All right, so let's just recap a few things before we move ahead. So who can just give us a short recap on what we covered?
We did an introduction on Django.
Yeah.
Got to cover a little theory on it, the kind of how it gets to work. We talked of the model that it uses, the MVT model, the model view and templates.
Yeah.
How the model one is used, how the model one is where the database is, and also everything to do with the data. Then we have the view. It links the templates and the models. I think you said that's where the URLs are, if I remember it correctly. Then we also talk the templates where these are now now templates now for our. Can I say? Uh, I was going through the video. It said applications. Are they the one for the applications now?
Yeah, the templates.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones which present the view. That's what the user sees.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And we also got to create and install a virtual environment first before we go to we created now we installed now Django inside the virtual environment.
Yeah, good stuff. I like to hear that. Susan, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah. So it's good to recap so that we ensure. Susan, what did you learn last lesson on Django? What was your takeaway?
Okay, I was not in class, but I'm trying to catch up with the recording.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't posted it on YouTube, so you have to download it. I don't know why it's having. I'm having a challenge. I'm not quite sure. Probably it's my editor is having a challenge or something because it's not converting. So that's why I've not posted. But I sent the link Bobby sent me so that you can download and just go through it. All right. So when we look back, we find that we scaffolded a project. I'm kind of wondering where do we start from before we jump into something else. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let's run through a couple of things that we did last time first before we go ahead. Otherwise, it gets also a little bit murky again. Christine, what was your takeaway last lesson? You were there.
My takeaway was I remembered that we made some migrations to the database. Okay, to our database. I remember the manage.py, which helped us create the app and we could run
Yeah.
it. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. So, let me just share my. Okay. I'll share the lesson, today's lesson, and then we'll just be going through a few things here and there. So today, I would like us to. I know we managed to start up. We started the project, and then we also started the applications. We started the home application, the cart, the accounts, and the movies applications. So we did that, and also we went through the structure of Django. We find out Django has a lot of files, and one of the major files that Django has is like the engine that runs Django. That where you will most likely be visiting a lot is the settings.py file, and in the settings.py file, that's where we have the configurations that we have to keep on making so that our Django application or project will run the way it's supposed to run. And we had a lot of commands that we also ran. So for today, this is our lesson. This is our. I'm trying to make it big a bit. Our plan today is to cover a few things over here, while at the same time, just run through what we covered last time. So it's cutting. Okay, so lesson 2, understanding the project structure and creating our first app. Okay, we did that, but I'm gonna go through it just a little bit deeply and explain some of the core, some of the concepts that have been used over there. So Django projects contain a predefined structure with some key folders and files. In this lesson, we will discuss the Django project structure and how some of those folders and files are used to configure our web application. Yeah, and so forth and so on. So our objective is to understand the project structure, creating our first app. We did that though, but we will still also do it and at a slightly lower pace, creating a homepage, creating an about page, and we will run this. Last time we didn't run them. Yeah, so our structure normally is something like this. Why is this coming? Normally it's something like this. So this is gonna be our movie store. I explained that for you not to have these two folders like this, then you have to put that period. And if you put that period, we will do it shortly. If you put that period, then all the folders will stay in one directory, all the files. And so when we run Django admin start project, this is what Django gives us. It gives us a clean project with a lot of files. So one of these files are this DB file, which is just this SQLite file is for development purposes. It's not for production, even though you can still use it for production. But for your application to scale well, you need something like MySQL or Postgres. So for starters right now, we use this SQLite for now. Managepy.py is a utility file. That's a Python package that has also a lot of utilities and use cases. That's what I mean by that. And it does a lot of things, and it's gonna almost all the commands, like 99.9% of the commands, you're going to use this manage.py, Python manage.py file a lot. It's gonna help you a lot because we will run. Oh, it's cutting mine. Yeah, so that way. I hope you can see it now. Well, it's a presentation. It's cutting my screen. Yeah, so this is the folder structure. I'll be just explaining this as we go along. I explained that the first one, this is just the Pi cache. This is the caches, because for any web application or any application, you normally need a system of ensuring that you don't keep on loading the file. So this cache file helps in ensuring that that happens. And we have an init.py file, which is just a Python file. Remember, we did this in OOP. And it just shows that this is a Python package. So it's an empty package file. There's nothing for you to do in there. And we have an ASG, which is an asynchronous server gateway interface, a Python file, which I explained to you. There are this and web server gateway interface. And what they do is that they act like an interface between the application and the server, because Django does not understand the server language, okay? Or the server does not understand the Django language. So we have to come up with something to map the relationship, or to enable the communication to take place. And we have now, I've just explained to you that the settings.py is the seat of configuration. And now we have the urls.py, which is where we map our dispatchers, or we map our endpoints, or just basically the URLs. Yep. And of course, the DSB, the DBS is the database. Yeah. So like here, the PyCache folder, as explained here, stores complicated bytecode when we generate our project. You can largely ignore this folder. Its purpose is to make your project start up a little faster by caching the compiled code, which can then be readily executed. We have the init.py. It indicates that Python, this directory should be considered as a Python package. So you just ignore it. And SGY, sg.py is, of course, like I've said, being a web framework, Django needs a web server to operate. And since most web servers don't natively speak Python, we need an interface to make that happen. So they have to communicate. So this forms in a relationship, a communication relationship. And of course, Django has, like I've just said, these two interfaces, asynchronous and this web server gateway interface, which just contains those entry points, as I've just said. And settings.py is an important file that controls our project settings. So it controls several properties. Let's analyze some of them. So like we have here, and we'll get into our IDE, and we see this. So base underscore dir, this shows that this normally just points to the application, and you will see this shortly as well. we have this security. This is a security for particular Django project. This one right now we don't care much about it, but when we get into production, then this is something that we need to hide. For now, it's okay. A debug mode, debugging, normally we keep it at true because we want to see when we make an error, we want Django to spit this out for us. And so we can be able to, and this is normally good. We set it true in development mode. However, when it comes to production, and we have to set it to false because we don't want users to see this ugly error message being spit out to us on the screen. It doesn't look professional, so we don't do that. So installed apps, like I'm trying to use this Django native apps. And what do I mean by that? These are apps which come shipped with Django. That means they have been pre-shipped for us, and we just import them and then utilize them. And that's why Django is a framework that's very friendly and is used a lot with many organizations because of the ease to set it up, and because of the labyrinth, because of the myriad number of libraries and which we can just import modules we can import, and other apps that were pre-built for us that we can just import and then use in our applications or our projects. So middleware, like I explained to you, is like a QA, a quality QA, quality analysis sort of a thing, whereby it keeps on checking each aspect of the project. Responses processing flow. This list limit is provided by Django and handles various aspects of request response processing, including security, session management, authentication, and stuff like that. So this ensures that all those processes are managed efficiently. And root URL config, specify that Python to the root, which of course is our project movies tool. The templates, these are the mechanism for rendering what we want the users to see. So it includes information regarding the list of directories that the system should look in for template. Here it's explained through the lens of the settings. In other words, it's being explained over here based on how it's the perspective of the settings. However, I'm trying to explain it looking at it from the angle of it rendering information that we want. So let's just read this. It defines the configuration for Django's template system. It includes information regarding the list of directories that the system should look in for template source files and other specific templates. And this is normally set in the os.path.join base _ dir as a list. It's in the settings. I'll show you a little bit. And yeah, basically just that. This is a bit generic. And we have the project URLs folder, which contains the main four projects folder. WSDY, I've explained to you that. Yeah, and of course, I'll explain to manager PY file, the utility function for running several commands, including the Python manage.py run server. So don't worry about this. I'll send you this one immediately. And again, also we'll also send you the recording. I've explained about the database. And when we create our first app, what did I want to, why did I bring this? It uses this SQLite database is a file Django uses for development purposes. SQLite is lightweight, serverless, and self-contained SQL database engine that doesn't require a separate server process to operate. It stores an entire database, including tables, indexes, and data as a single file into the db.sqlite3. So what does this mean? This means that we don't have to write raw SQLite as structured query language. So you don't have to know that. However, I said that there's a way that I can still show you how you can, tweak those tables still with raw SQL. You don't have to, but it's good for you to know that. So I think if I remember, I'll show you that or in the next class. But I intend to show you that. Creating our first app. So a Django app is a self-contained package of code that performs a specific functionality or serves a particular purpose within a Django project. So Django, single Django project can contain one or more apps that work together to power our web application. So Django uses the concept of projects and apps to keep code clean and readable. So for instance, over here in this Rotten Tomatoes site, we could have something like movies being controlled by a particular app. We could have something like shows, TV shows being controlled by another app, shop, news, and showtime. So those ones are apps. However, the entire Rotten Tomatoes website is a project. Okay. So please remember that. Don't confuse it that why are we talking about app? No, app is just a way of Django organizing the project, the entire project. So every other thing that you want to do, you have to bundle it inside an app. You saw the illustration that I showed you last time. I showed you that rendition whereby every app has a URL and it has a model and it has a template. And of course, they communicate all of them together. Hence the mobile view template architecture. So apps in Django are like pieces of a website. You can create an entire website with one single app. And that's, yeah, but if it's a simple website, you don't have to put so many apps. And actually, you can even put a complex website or a web system using one app. However, it will be very complex because if your code base grows larger and larger, then you will get confused. It will work though. You will get confused, and then now the core principles of reusability, ease of use, maintainability, it becomes null and void because then it becomes very, very difficult for another person to collaborate with you, or even you when you want to maintain it, it will be very, very difficult. Even so, it's possible you can create just a Django project with one application. So we ran this, and for macOS, you have to state the Python version. If it's 3 and above, you just put version 3 there, and it's going to run for us. So this is the command for scaffolding a Django project. We did that, and when we scaffold a Django project, we all have all this being given to us. Where is that thing here? As you see, something is running in the background as well. I have some processes running in the background. Never mind. Yeah. So basically, these migrations I just show you. Migrations is just a way of Django tracking what it's doing, because just like we track everything with JIT, so Django tracks this through migrations. I've explained all this now. I don't have to go through it again. So I want to get to the ID. That's why I'm running quickly over this. So our new home app exists in our Django project. Django doesn't recognize it yet. We will get that into settings until we state that in our settings.py under installed apps. And and it will look like this. So we have to include it here. Home, you can either do it this, but normally you have to put .apps.config, .apps, like I did it last time. So, but you can even do this. This still qualifies as okay. So yeah. So creating a home page, I think let's just get to, we will be jumping over back and forth. So let me just share my screen now, my IDE now. So let me go. So this is our project, but I will want us to redo a few things over here. I think I'll delete it. It's running. So the end, what's our objective today? The objective today is to ensure that this application runs. I hope you all can see my screen. Can you all see my screen? Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's proceed on. So with this, so for instance, over here, our movie store, and normally the first thing you want to do when you get to the project, remember one thing I said, you first of all you have to do what? Once you've created once you have a folder where you want to work, then you have to create a what? You have to create a virtual environment. And what did I say a virtual environment is? It's an isolated environment whereby it's an isolated environment whereby you want all your project to stay in that particular place. Why? Because you don't want your project to keep clashing with other things. And this is very important for you because of dependencies. And dependencies are just those packages that you require for your project to run efficiently. For instance, I have more than 20 projects in this same machine, but each project has different versions. If it's a Python project, if it's a Django project, then I'm probably using the same Python version. But like I have other projects whereby I'm using Django as the backend, but I'm using Flutter as the front end. I have others whereby I'm using React as the front end, and I'm using Django. I have others whereby I'm using just the normal, Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS and HTML and JavaScript. But in the backend, I'm using Node.js, I'm using Express. And you see now, those are totally different things. And some of them, they look almost like the dependencies almost look the same. However, they are not the same. So to avoid the dependency fighting or clashing or conflicting, then we enclose them in an isolated place inside our computer, which is called a virtual environment. So what this does is that it contains all this so that we don't have scope issues whereby we are within our certain scope we are working in, and then something is spiraling into another. It's like snooping into your neighbor's, compound and seeing what you're not supposed to see. So basically, that's the thing. So Python-m VNV, from Python 3 and above, we now use this VNV, and then the name of your virtual environment. In this case, if we call it venv, it's gonna create this venv for us, but already we did it. So I don't want to create it. So what we do, call it our store last time. So this is our virtual environment. It's called our movie store. And I use this script. This is, you have to scroll, you have to go into the scripts folder inside your virtual environment so that it can be able to run, because inside here we have several scripts that enables which enables your project to run. And also you'll find inside it, you'll find the version of Python that you are running inside the VNV. For those with Mac, you probably will do something like this, and you will do something like this. No, I think it's something. Oh, no. I think it's something like this. Source. Then the name of the virtual environment. And then you will have bin. You'll have bin, I think so. Yeah, you'll have bin. You'll have bin and then activate. And then activate. So I don't want to run it here, but I can run it. I have PowerShell. I think it can run, but I don't want to run it there. Let me just focus on what we're doing. And I think I also have Linux here, or I have not installed it, but I installed it somewhere. I have WSL Linux somewhere. All right. So once we have activated our virtual environment, and now we can run Python. We can run Python manage.py run server, this command, so that we run our server. Alternatively, you can even do this to run our migrations. I don't think for run our migrations, that's start server.py. Though you don't have to do this for your case, but Python start server.py, it is supposed to run. I think it's something like this. Manage. No, that this does not work with manage. The py start. Start server.py. So I want, it's a utility here which we can utilize. Okay, so leave it alone. Probably don't know why it's not running, but it normally runs in my project. So I think I also did it in this project and it ran. So I want to run python manage.py run server and show you what we want to attain in this class. So we have the server running over here now. This is the port where the server is running. This is the default port. And so if we just go over here, I will check our, we go over here and we go to the browser. We go to the browser. Where we get welcome to home page. We will get something like this. As long as our server is running, the page is running. So it's on my side already, it's running. It's not, I'm not supposed to be moving like this because I should just get it directly, but behaving in a funny way. Yeah, so this is what we will get. So we will be able to go to, we will be able to route through our home page like this. It's a whole lot of things that are going on behind the scenes. So we'll be able to get this. And so if we change on our, if we change to about, we could get something like this as well. So if we go to about, we should get welcome to the about page. Okay. So I want us to go through the process of how I've reached here. The mapping, the creating our view. No, we will not do our model. We'll just do our view and our template, and then you see how it works and see if you can be able to follow it. All right. So I'll go back again to our. I'll go back to. Yes, to our this thing. Yeah. So number one, the first thing that we did, because already we have, when we did this, the next thing that we are supposed to do is to create our home. Because we want to create the home page. So what we do first, the next thing we do is to create that home page. So we just do, we now don't use Django. Okay, the project, first of all, what we did last time, how did we scaffold the project? We used this Django command, Django admin. But even before that, once you did this, once you've created the virtual environment, the next thing is for you to do pip install, and then install Django. So I don't want to go through the process because already I have it. And for us to know that we have Django, you can just do Python to confirm that you have Django. So that works, and then you exit. And you can also do this Python py -m Django -version. So this also shows you should give you the Django version. We have 5.2. Another thing that you can do is just to do Django admin to show you the sub commands. Okay. Django -admin, this will show you the sub commands, not the shab. the subcommand. So we have these subcommands, and I showed you this. So this shows that your Django is installed. Please take note of how I'm going about it. So your Django is installed, and we have a couple of subcommands which we will use, like now start project. These ones start up. These are the ones which we use a lot. Shell, we will use those ones as well. Run server, migrate, make migrations, and so forth and so on. Okay, yeah. So that's one thing that you need to note once you've set up your virtual environment.
What was the syntax for the Django environment for the Django admin?
For the Django admin is this one. Django-admin. Okay. Django-admin. So that gives you the subcommands. Okay. Once you have that one, we can now go to the next thing. We just clear our screen. Now we can start installing our project, creating our project. And for us to create our project, not the first time we have to do Django admin, start project. Start project, then the name of our project is movie store. Already we have that, so I don't want to, it's movie. So what I'll do is movie store. So I'll start another one now, call it, because the one we have is movie store. So let's start another one called movie store. Now we put an S there, so we'll make a difference. And then you have to put, so I'll delete the other one that we have. Oh, it shows already exists. So we don't have to. That's the syntax. So it's already here, as you can see on this side. Movies store. I think it's double S. Yeah. So it's already there. So probably, but do I need to destroy that? Maybe let's just do movie store for now. So you see movie store, because the other one has double S. So let's put one S here. So start project movie store, and then the period. This dot is just to arrange your folders in a nice way.
So can you increase the size of the screen?
Normally I'm using okay. I'll do it here. I'll do it over here. Let me just, I have to go through a long process to increase the Visual Studio one, because I have to go through here. But let me open a CMD. Then I have to look for it over. I don't want to go through that process right now.
Okay, it's fine. It was the Django admin.
I'll write it again. Don't worry. I'll just write it here shortly. So let me use the CMD. So it's our movies too. Return. Okay, so I hope you can see this. This one is normally very easy to manipulate. Is it clear now, Nick? You can see it, right? Are we okay now? This one is
it's visible now.
It's visible. Okay, so let's use this one for now. So what I've done, I've just got into that folder again. So what? So we are just it's to start the project. We do Django admin start start project. Okay. And then the name of the project, movie store. And then the period. So since we have it, it will show us that we have it already. It already exists, as you can see. So we have it. If we do dir, we will see we already have, we have movie store. So this is the subject. So let's work with what we have. But for this purpose, let's just create another one. Let's create movie S, our movie, so that there's a distinction. I'll delete this and leave another one, our movie. Our movie store. So let's create this, our movie store. And I'll send you the link so that you can clone this, because I will want us to work together in this. So we've created now our project. So now our project is, why I can't see it. It's here. Okay, it's here, our movie store. So let's know. I thought we created it, right? Start project, our movie store. Yeah. Okay, so it's still, I think because we are using almost the same name, so they are clashing, because even the virtual environment is called our movie store. So let me say just store, project store. Okay, let me not recreate it. It's refusing. However, that's how you create. Just for you to see it again, maybe let's say our project is called X. Let's see. If it's refusing, then something already exists, overlay, replace everything file. So what I will do, I think there's something which is not good over here, because I should see that why it's not creating. I don't know. So let's check our Django again. We can also check, let me check Python, where Python, just to check to ensure that I have. So it's like Python is not in the right place. Okay, since we created it last time, let me assume that, let me not troubleshoot what's happening. Let me assume that you've caught how to create a Python project. And then I'll go back, I'll work it out and find out why it's not refusing to create. Alternatively, let me close this and just try on something here again. Let's use the normal command. cd where I have stored it, and then our movie store. If I do dir, we have here restore. So let me try and create Django admin start project, and let's just call it movies. Let's call it X. I'll delete it though. Okay, there's an issue somewhere. I don't know why it's behaving this way. There's an issue somewhere, but since we have that movie store, so let's check again. So our project, this is our project, and that's the command. So our project is called movie store. So now let's check its files. So when we oh no, the virtual environment first. You have to always activate it, and when you activate it, you see it over here. Let's try again to create. All right. Okay, so we have activated our virtual environment. So ensure always you activate the virtual environment, otherwise you'll be having problems. So what's our project structure? Let's see. The method I'm trying to use is shows everything. I didn't want it to show everything, but so this is the method. This is the folders. This is our structure of our. This is the structure of our Python project. And what did I do? I just typed tree, so it shows the tree. So this is the movie store. This is the outer folder, so you don't need to worry about this. This is just the folder that we've created. It's capturing what I don't want it to capture, so let me not use this. Taking so many. Okay, I'll still be able to explain to you. Don't worry about all these things you're seeing inside here. So we have the movie. This one is the major one that houses everything. And then we have our apps now. We have the accounts app, you remember. We have the cart, we have the home, and we have the movies app. And we have the movie store, which is our project folder. And in the movie store, we have all this. We have this pie cache. It's not showing other things here. So yeah, and this is the virtual environment. So these are the things inside the virtual environment. So let me not use this. Let's just get into the IDE. It will be better to explain it over there. So you just do Control C. That will remove everything. So when we get back to our IDE here, just stay with me, don't lose me. So I just try to explain my charger. Okay, so I'm back in the IDE. This is Visual Studio Community. It's not Visual Studio Code, so it might be slightly different, but not really different as such. You will be able to still see everything. Yeah, the only thing is the right pane is a bit squashed, and they look tiny. And why I like this is because the indentation is quite clear for me. Okay, so over here, if still we can, I can still put it on VS Code, but then you will not be able to see the files the way I want you to see them over here. So our movie store here is our project. This is the project folder. So inside this project folder, I'll try to make it big. I can't make this side bigger. So inside the project folder, we have this py cache, and then we have the ASCII, like I was trying to explain to you. We have the settings.py file over here. And the settings.py file, let me make it as big as possible.
Unachili unajifanya vya ni mgonjwa unashuka tu disket.
Just a minute. Somebody is speaking. Please mute them, Benjamin. All right. So this is our settings.py file. And what I will explain to you, please, Benjamin, mute them, please.
Tupa.
That one is that one is that remind me where you come from.
Please mute them, Benjamin. I think it's Nico.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. So I was explaining to you this. This is the settings.py file, and in here we have this base dir, which is just how Django tries to route everything. And then I also told the attachment this. I said debug has to be true always in development, but in production has to be false. Allowed hosts, if you want to allow as many hosts as possible, you put in a wildcard over here. But right now we just leave it that way. And these are the installed apps. So our installed apps right now, these are the system apps that come shipped with Django. This is the installed apps. Remember, we did them the other time, and there they are. And this is the middleware I was telling you about. So you don't have to worry about this. This is the route to our project. And this is the WSJ. Of course, also it points to our project. That interface, this the database. It also shows you that it's SQLite, and yeah, basically the same you've been set for. This is the statics. This is the path for our images, JavaScript files, and whatnot, videos and stuff like that. Yeah. So, is somebody, Benjamin? Please be checking if somebody is raising their hand. Okay. So that's about the settings.py file. And speaking so many things. Let me use VS Code. Let me just use VS Code. Make things easy for us. And also, I know you are used to VS Code, so yeah, let's just use it. Those are the ones I can be using them myself. All right, so I have, let me open a new folder over here. So I have this, it's called movies too. Yeah, so we have it opened. It's opening up. Oh, disappeared again. Folder, or already it's here. All right, so if you can see my screen, let me know. So VS Code is light, and I can easily manipulate it for the way I want it. I hope you can see. Okay, fine. You can now see the screen. All right. So this is the project folder, and it's not how I wanted it. However, we can still use it. So all those files are over here, like I've explained to you. So now we have to start install, because we want to work on our home. We have to install we have to create the home, even though we have it here. But let me just run through it again, just to show you the commands, but I won't create it because already we have it. All right. So we first of all, even though on sometimes on PowerShell the virtual environment is activated for you, but you just have to keep on normally activating it. So don't assume.
So the home, movies, accounts, those are the different pages now.
Those are the different, not yeah, like the pages. Like, you know, if you're at home, last time, okay, I'll show you what, I don't know whether you were there, but I showed them the end product. I'll show you that so that you can see. Like you see now, in the navigation, you want the home to be in the navigation, the movies to be in the navigation. So everything about the home page, like now the entry page, you put it on.
So our home, that's like our landing, that we can call it, that's home.html or something like that. right?
Yes, yes, yes. Basically something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just, hey, it's bringing so many things. Let me deactivate some extensions over here. Causing issues. Okay, I think we will work with them. So let's just go on. Yeah, so yeah, so we want to work on the home page, for instance. So you have to start the project. Let's call it. Now remember, we are not using Django admin now to do this. No, we're not using this. Now we're using Python, and that's why I said that this command line, this utility is very, very key for you. So start up. I'm using an alias, so that's why I'm just doing home. So this should say that we already have it. Conflicts name already exists. So if we do another one, maybe start accounts, this should also tell us the same. So that means already we have them. So we want to work on our home. We already have this. So we don't have to recreate them because they will just clash. And if we check again, we will find that they are there. Home, cut, accounts, and movies. So we have these three. These are the applications inside our project. Okay. So when we go to our home application, here is how it looks. You'll find these migrations. If we've made migrations, then you'll find them over here. Then you will find the templates like we want to work on. Like now, we will work, and I'll explain to you how I do these templates. Okay. So for us, first of all, to be able to go to home page, we need to create a template. But first of all, let's just look all the files that are inside the application. So remember, there are those files which are inside the project and those files which are inside the application. So when you create a home, an application, you get this entry package, you have this admin.py, and you have these apps and these ones you're not going to touch them. Admin, you will touch it when we are registering models. But right now we are not registering models, so you won't touch this. What I mean by registering models is something like this. We will come over here and just say, when we have a model, we will just say, I think, not working. Anyway, let me leave it because we're not getting to that topic right now. So when we have models, we'll register them there. Apps, I explained to you that because this just shows we won't need this. This is another a Python class. You won't do anything here. It's been set for you. So yeah, just leave it. See it like that. Models, when we start creating our models are a bunch of classes. So when we start creating our models, we'll put them over here. So that one, just also leave it the way it is. And then now urls.py. And let me delete it for now. We will create another one. I'll delete it for now. Yeah, so every application, when you create an application, it does not have a urls.py, okay? That's why I've deleted so that it's fresh. So we start from a clean slate. So those are the files inside, and we have views.py. Our views.py also, let me delete this. So because we want to do it again together. Yeah, so it's empty right now. So yeah, so that's all about our home. So number one, remember how our home is an application inside our project. So our project is our movie store over here, and we have our home. When you scaffold up an application, it goes to it comes inside the project, and this is the project hierarchy. It's arranged this way. So do not get confused. And this is what I was trying to avoid, the same names. However, it's appeared, which is still okay. But remember, this first one is the folder which is just housing. This is the name that I had written, but it's reformulated it this way. But I'd written this one just for distinction purposes. But realize that this is the home of the project. Our movie store is the home of the project. And albeit you are seeing them out here, these ones, they are inside here. And how do I know that? If you put your cursor over here, you will see that no, they're not inside this. Sorry, they're not inside the project folder. They're inside they're inside the project folder, not the app folder. So apps, all apps are inside the project folder. If you put your cursor over here, you look at the root or the path, the absolute path, and it will show you the absolute path. If you just hover over something like that. So, and this also shows, yeah, this also shows, and so this shows differently because this is the root folder. All right, so let's leave about that. So now we want to create a template whereby we can say maybe welcome to our homepage. We want to say some greetings. Now, last time we just did something without any content. We just fired up Django. But now we are going beyond that, beyond firing up Django. So for you to create templates, what you do, number one, you go inside this home application, and then you go here, you create a folder inside here. You come over here because it's VS Code, you create a folder over here. So you create the folder called templates. So that folder already exists because I've already created it. And then inside, we are in the home. So inside the templates, which I've already created, you have to create another folder again, which is the same as the name of the applications. A little bit confusing, but you create it. So if you create home again in here, so it shows already that I've created it. So you don't have to do that. But that's the style, that's the convention. Remember.
Sorry to cut you short, sir. Could
Yes.
could you repeat the syntax for creating the apps now? It was py.manage.
Yes, I'll do that. So we go back to over here. So when you want to create an app, you just do Python manage. But let me just give you the full one, not the shortcuts. Manage.py start app. Then the name of the app, name of app. Okay. And now if we run it, if I run this, it will create an app called name of app. And we can check that right now. So if we come over here, you will find an app called name of app here with the same folders, with the same structure as these other ones. And since this is just for test purposes, so we can just delete it. Okay, you got it, Nick?
Python.manage
is here.
Python manage.py, then start up. Then okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Got it. So start up and then the name of the app. You write it there. Just give me a minute, a rush for a short. Okay. So that's how we start the apps. And once we start the apps, now let's now work with the apps. And
So I got another question.
yeah.
So I've tried that for it was Python manage.py startup. Is
Mhm.
there when is that the app already? Has it already been created, or that one that's for creating it?
This for creating an app. So did you put the name of the app? Like maybe,
I've called I've called it home.
yeah, you've called it home, isn't it? You put it
Yeah.
home like this. So let me call homes like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to create. You see here, if we check, we get it here, homes.
Okay. Let me create it again. And also, I had another question. What will happen if you have forgotten to add what's it called? When you're creating the project,
Hmm.
if you had forgotten to add the period at the end of the name of the project, what could go wrong? I
You
forgot
get,
to create my
not, you will still have the folders, but now they will be, you will get in this case now, you see, like you will get like same names here. For instance, you will get you will get this name. It will appear over here on top, and then this one again will be out. So you'll have this. It does not affect your project, but now it will confuse you. So to avoid that, that period means the same directory.
Okay.
To avoid that confusion, so you put the period. Yeah. So okay. So we are there now. If somebody doesn't have a question, I think we are good. We can continue. So we have created the templates, which of course are just a way of rendering our content, what we want to serve. For instance, now you have created your static files, not your static files. You have your static pages, websites that you already created, or projects. So those projects now, right now, they are templates because they don't have anything dynamic happening between them, between the models and the views and the template. No, it's just something stateless. We call it stateless. Okay. So now you want to make it a little bit dynamic. With Django, we can be able to do that, and that's why we are using Django to connect to the database. Yeah. So we are here in our home application. So inside our home applications now, we want to we can start either way, but now we want to start with our URLs. So you have to create another folder over here, another file called urls.py. So urls.py it's now uh, a urls.py that's at the app level. So you can check the path. It's inside the home. It's different from this. The one I've created now, it's different from this. From in here, there's this one. This one, if you look at it, it's inside the app, movie store. Okay, if you look at the path, so they are different. Okay, and let me remove this also because I want us to do it together. Yeah, so that's the difference. One is inside the app, one is inside the project. So at the project level, it will be inside the project. It will be, if you scaffold your project, you'll find this, and then the URL. So that one comes when you scaffold the project, it comes you're given that one for you. It's already shipped. But now the one at the app level, you have to create it, and that's what we have created. Okay, so we are here now at our urls.py. Where is it? Did we create home? Yeah, over here. So now we want to start, we want to import from, so we want to use those command, and already here is for us, from django.urls import path. So this is going to import this path function. And basically this means for us is and this autopilot can mess you up, and you might forget these commands. So what does this mean? We are importing this from Django, from this this is a function that we are importing from Django, and we are importing from this URLs. We can call it an app called URLs that's inbuilt in Django, or it's just like a module, something that has been pre-built for us that we can use. So inside this, we are going inside this, and from inside this, we are importing path, and path is a function. And this will help us in routing those HTTP responses. And now here, from Django, from .views, from .views, what essentially we are doing in here, we are going into our views folder. Into our views, we are going into our views, and you have to be very careful. From .views, import. What do we import? No, it's from dot. It's from dot. From dot. So that, what does this mean? From this same directory, we import views. So we import views, and we are going to use these views. Okay, so now we have to define our URLs, URLs patterns, or our map dispatchers. So what we do in here, we have to create an object, a list object. So it's called URLs. URLs patterns, and now we have to use an empty string here, and this is where we are going to route our entry. This is where we are routing this home template to the root. What does that mean? It means that this is what's going to be first seen when you land on this page. So this path functions has 3 arguments or 3 parameters. Number 1 is the empty string, and then these views.home, which tells us that we need to create a views. We need to use the views function to be able to route to the home template. And then this is just the name of the template that we are using. Okay, so just put it in your head like that. So we have this already here, but we don't have the views function that is supposed to do the processing. So the views, what it does is just processing the HTTP response request from the user to the database, and back it processes again back the response from the database to the user. So it's, remember the request response cycle. Okay, so let's now go and remember these imports. So let's now go to the views, which is in here, and now we need to create our views. And I think here we can import from HTTP. From HTTP, we'll import HTTP response. And now let's define our views function. So number 1 is our function is called views, and what it's gonna do, it takes in one argument called request, and request is just a way of processing those HTTP request response cycle. So this argument is what's going to be used to do that. We are returning this function over here, and this function takes in, now we can do this, or it can take in one parameter called request again, or we can just do that, and that's hard coding. We don't want to do that. We can just do this. So we can take request, and then we route. We can take request, and then now we route. This is hard coding. We don't want to do hard coding. So we route it to index.html. I hope I got it correctly. So we route it to index.html. So this HTTP response takes in these 2 parameters or arguments. And this just means it's for is for routing the responses, the requests and the responses. And this one is just the template. Okay. So because it's just the home template, so right now we want to stick with that one only. And let's now go to, let's check our template. So we have to create a template, which is now index.html template. So when we go to our index.html template, when we go now here, home, like I explained to you, you have to create another, you have to create a folder called templates, which already we did inside this home over here. So let's just check again, a folder called templates. So it shows it's there. And inside this folder called templates, we have to create another folder called home. And then inside the home, we have to create index.html. So this is already there, so it might not create because it's already there. But that's the way to do it. So let's check, where is it? Let's check for our template. So this here is the template. And you can see there's inside this one. And then in here, I'd already created that index.html, which is in here. And we're just passing a simple message over here. Welcome, this is our home, welcome to our home page. We can put some p tag over here and write something. So we can say this is our home page. Welcome, this is our home page. You can order your movie. Your favorite movie. Here, you can order your favorite movie here. So that's the home page. We've set that. And now we are almost done with setting up, mapping up everything. Remember, the view, the URLs, this is what will map us. This is what will take us to that index.html homepage. Okay, and we are calling it home. So this is just the name we've given it. We are calling it home. And now our view function is, this is what is going to process the request, because the user is going to click on our homepage, and that request, that action will be taken by our view function, which is over here. And then it's going to pick up that, it's going to route that, it's going to route that, it's going to pick, sorry, it's going to route that action to the template. So it completes the cycle. Now, for this one to work, we have to go back to our settings, to our app level. We have to go to our folder, to our project level, urls.py, which we haven't touched yet. So what we do, we go back there, and where is it? We come here, movie store. And now you look for it. So this is not supposed to be there. We have to remove this. Where is it? So this should be our, no, this is normal one. So close this, close everything. So we come in here. So when we come in here, we'll find this. And that's why sometimes I don't like working with VS Code, because you don't see the clear distinction. So in here, we have this, we have to import this, include these other ones we are given, come sheet, but then you have to add the include function, which is for including the path. And now we have to include our application in here, and we just do it like this. So it's home. It's gonna be home, yes. Or it's gonna be index or home. It's gonna be index, yeah, index. So because this is the home page, and I think this should be home, but let's try first. This should be home because we are routing to the name, which is home, basically. Yeah. So once this is done, because I've set this one automatically, it's auto saves for me. Normally check that it saves for you. For mine, I think I've set it auto save. For yours, ensure it saves for you. So remember, it's a process that goes around like this. Okay, so you can start first of all by creating your view function over here, and then you go to your URLs. URLs first of all, the app level, and then you go to your you create a template. What do you want to render? Like now, this is where you're going to work a lot, because you've been working in you already created your template. So you will pull your templates and put them in here, and then now you'll be able to connect them. So this is done. So let's see if we are able to see what we've done here. So we can do one more final check. We can go to our settings just to check if we have that. And settings in our project level is in our project directory. So if we come in here, we find that already we have our home. We set it the other day over here. So you have to set this, otherwise it will not work. So everything seems to be fine. Now what we want to do, we have to run our server and check if it's going to work or not. So ensure we are in our virtual environment. So our virtual environment always has to be activated. Otherwise, we will have problems with running. And remember another thing, before even we do that, I told you that we need to create what's called a requirement.txt file. And how do you do this? You do pip freeze. I already did it. So we did it last time. Pip freeze requirement.txt file. And why are we doing this? So that we can gather all our dependency. We are doing this so that everything that we need is kept in this requirement.txt file. So we already have it. So if I do this, I think it will create another folder, which I don't want, but let's just do it. There's no harm, we can just delete. So this should create a requirement.txt file, but I think now there are two. Let me check. Oh, it's not created two. Okay, I can see there's only one here. All right, so, and once we have created that, so we are gathering all our dependencies so that if we give somebody, if somebody clones it, they'll just do the same, and then they don't have to keep reinstalling. Even if they keep on reinstalling, but they know what they need to reinstall. And now we need to do pip install -r, then again requirement.txt. So this is going to run all those dependencies. So it's going to run and ensure that they are installed. And once they're installed, then our app now is ready to, we can now start running our Python manage run server. So run our development server and see if it's responding or not. So we have some things that we need to check. You will get this, you will experience this a lot. So what does this mean? We have to go to our views file, because now it shows that it's in the views file where that is a problem. So we go to our views file over here, home views file. So this is where there's a problem. Let's remove all these. Remove all these. Remove all this. Let's check it's home views file, and you can see the path. Let's put this down over here. And so the problem is here. So it should be from, I think it's from, is it from Django? From Django.ht import HTTP response. Yeah, so let's check again now if our server will run. So if we experience another one, then we just go back to check. So I can just do what is happening here? All right, let's kill this process. Control. Yeah, so let's kill it. So we just run Python manage.py run server and see if it's gonna run now. So we still have another one. In our home URLs, views.home. So home URLs. Okay. So let me see if I change this to home, but it's saying home URL. So let's check again. Home.views has no attribute home, so let's check home.views where the problem is. It's normally very easy, but just those small confusions. Where is it? Home. Close these ones. I think this should be, it should be index.html name. Should be index. You know, I don't like using function-based views. I normally just use class-based views, so that's why I'm getting confused. But nevertheless, function class-based views are normally for advanced levels. But yeah, I can check index. So it has no attribute home. Our function is called index. It's not called home. That's why. See how it works. So our function is called index. It's not called home. So you have to be very careful. So when we go now to our, home page. Predominant index.html. Okay. Let me show you what it is showing me, so that you also learn how we can troubleshoot all these. And normally it's fun, sort of. So this is the output I'm getting. So this is we are on our home page. So we are not routing. So what does this mean? It means request home index.html. We are not routing it well. So that means I have to go back over here again. Let's check what's happening. So now we are back to the ID, and I want you to see how we debug until we let it run. So first of all, remember over here, it's the views function that we are invoking. It's not the views. Our views function is called index.html. I mean, it's called index, which is this one. So this is the function that we are calling this function to be able to run this template for us. And here there's a mistake already, you can see. Yeah, request. Yeah. Okay. I'm making very stupid mistakes. Okay.
You can remove the quotation mark after request, before request.
Oh yeah. This one, and then now this one. Yeah. Thank you, Benjamin. Yeah. So let's check again. Let's debug. So now I think this should be okay. Let's try and run the server again and see. So if we run the server, the server runs, but will it render? All right, so I'm gonna go back again to check if it's rendering or not. It's not rendering, so we have to go to our visual indexing. I think it's indexing. Let's see. I'm making a mistake. Okay. Yeah, so it's still not running, so we have to check index.html. The server is running though. Can you see my screen? Yeah. The server is okay. So it's just the mapping that's still not, we haven't got it correctly. So let's check the, this is the app URL. Let's check the project URLs. Home index, right? It's still not running. Let me just check once more. With this gonna be route is empty because the server does, there's no error over here. It's only on the browser, so it's the routing which is not correct. Our view is fine. Home. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Home index.html is the template. Yes, if we check the template is there. There's no issue with that. I'll just remember now. Don't worry, it's a small thing. Let me clear all these. All right, let me check again. So home, this is fine. Include. Somebody saying something?
Can I see your templates?
The template. Yeah. Let's check. Let's look at it. Where is it? I'm not right now. I'm not extending, so it's just raw. So there's no inheritance for now. It's just raw the way it is.
On your views file, you can try remove the home for the application and just render the index.html directly. You see.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I didn't. We can do this. Even we can just do raw coding. Index.html. Okay. Let's see that. Run the server. This is okay. Let's run this. Because according to, it's just blank. Huh? Alternatively, I can even just do row here. First of all, let's just see this. We can just say, welcome to our page. Then we'll include that later on, but let's just see this first. So the settings seems to be okay. Let me check. If I check on my previous index, let me see.
Is your virtual environment activated?
Yeah. It's active. It's okay. We'll just sort it out now. Name, home, use. Home. This is okay. This seems to be okay. Let me check the other views, the other URLs. No, that's okay. And then our views. The views is also okay. Sometimes they just misbehave. And then let me check now the URLs, the other one. Home.urls. This, yeah. What haven't we done correctly? Home.urls. Even if I try to import from my previous one, let's see. If I do this same thing, URLs. Right now. Oh, no. Maybe it was just something very small. It's working now. It's normally very fine. Let me share the screen. Yeah, so it shows welcome to our page. Now let's change. Let's just do. Let's do it the way it's supposed to be done. Hard coding is not good. What am I sharing here now? I'm sharing ChatGPT. You just have to get used to all this. Debugging is part of the of our work. So you'll be having a lot of old issues. So let's now change in our views. We don't want to, let's put it the way it's supposed to be, because we want to return a request. We pass in request over here. Are you seeing the screen? Sharing the passing. Thank you. Okay. So we can do this. The normal way is supposed to be this way. And then now we have to pass in. Yeah. The way we are saying, we pass in the template, not we pass in the template index. Yes. TNA, I believe so. Yeah. Let's run it again and see. Should have that. Yeah, let me leave it this way first.
You can try just rendering it.
Yeah, they know. Yeah, this way. This way it's working.
Thing.
Mm.
Instead of a HTTP response, because I think it's used to pass a direct message, you can replace HTTP response with render.
Oh, but yeah. Yeah, yes, yeah. With render now, yeah, render will take in this. Yeah. It's render, not HTTP should take in a string. Yeah, the render function takes in the request. Yeah, I think now is correct. Now request, and then it should take in index. It's taking the entire of this now. If it's this one, we use this one, but either way. So this one should now, because this one now, the other way is, this is hard coding if we don't have a template. But because we have a template, this is always the way we do it. I don't know why I was forgetting this. Something very small. Okay, now this is a home page. Yeah, now it renders the way we want. And let me share with you. Yeah, so welcome to homepage. This is our homepage. You can order your favorite movie here. And yeah, so this now renders the template. We are not doing any hard coding inside over there. So we could change whatever we change in the template is gonna be rendered. So now we just have to change the template. We don't have to change anything. So now this is hard coding. We don't want to do this just for testing normally. So now we have this template. So what we since now everything is working the way we want, we've mapped everything the way we want. We just want to edit the template and then put anything we want in the template. So when we go back to our template here, index. So this is our homepage. You can order your favorite movie here. You can even put this as maybe some emphasis. Yeah. Mm, just to see that it's now changed dynamically. You're welcome to the homepage of our movies too. Okay. Yeah. So something like that. So let's check again. Yeah, it's changing, and the template is being rendered the way we want it. So actually, I'm supposed to put it side by side. It's only that I didn't prep that. So we are supposed, when we are coding, you're coding on this side and that side is changing. I can do that. Thanks. Yeah. So wherever I change here, if I change, welcome to our page, user. So that change. Maybe let's put some random information here. This is your name. Oh, I have not put. There's normally a server which we normally put. What's its name? That server which you put when it renders the browser when you're developing. I've forgotten because I'm using something different. So.
We can't hear you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, that's just that. I don't know whether you're getting it. Any question up to there? Welcome to the home page. So this is welcome to the home page. This is the one. Welcome to the about. Also, now let's create this one very quickly. It's very easy now since now everything is running. Yeah, welcome to the home page. User, what is your name? Your most So I was just trying to play around. So we just changing the template because we've set up everything, so we don't have to worry about now the mapping because already we have set it. But now the about page, let me remove it and set it. Okay, now for the about page, what are we supposed to do here? For the about page, what we do now, we just create an about HTML like before, and then now this is just random, like generic. So we can also do something here, just add maybe a p tag. Thanks for patronizing. So something like that. And then now we go to the views. We go to the views. Where is it? The views over here. So we just add it in here. We just add another function. But now this time we call it about def about, of course, request. Then I don't know. And def, and then we just return render func, return render. Pass in the request again, and then now we pass in the about page to home, because home is the app, then about.html. And now, yeah, that is well mapped. Let's check if there's an error. Request, render request, should be fine so far. We don't need to change anything in the URLs. We can include here path. Now we are going through now the about page / about page. Now, first of all, we go to the root because we land here. So this first of all we land in the root. So this loads the root file, which is index. Now this loads about page. The about page. So let's finish it. So we do this, and then views about. So it's done. So let's check again if there's an error somewhere. And path about. All right, so I think we've said this, the URLs at the home, at the app level is this one. We are not touching the URLs at the, because we already set it. Our views, let's check our views. We need to do this. Yeah, request, not request, yeah. Then change, reloading. Let's see what happens. Let me just kill it. Kill it and then run it. All right, so let's refresh again and check if it's working. So what we do, we just, let me share the screen. I'm touching many things. So you just put slash. We go to our home page, but now what we do, we put slash. So slash about. Yeah, welcome to the about page. Thanks for patronizing us. We are done. 9:13. I hope we are in the same page. So we can just toggle in between. So if we want to go to the home page, yeah, welcome to home page user. What is your name? I'm just trying to play around. So this does not make sense. But the thing is that we can now see how we can toggle in between the between the about page. There's a better way of doing it though, but for now, I think that should be okay. So the routing changes, so this changes. So next time we want to put everything, like we want to put some links here so that we don't have to go that way. So we just click, if it's about, we will create the navbar and put the footer and start creating some important content. I hope this makes sense. I know it confuses, but not so much. If you take a little bit of time, it's confusing, even me, it's confusing sometimes. It's normal. Because I am coming from class-based views, and now I've come down to function-based views where I started from. Okay, so it's confusing because with the class-based views, it's very simple. I just, if it's a function, I would do something like this. Let me show you. But it's always good to know all of them, so you know that you can always play around with function. If you want to do something that is not complex, you could just adopt functions-based views. But if you want to really build something huge, then you will be forced to put your views in classes. Because of course you remember now what a class is. So I was saying, we could alternatively put this in a class-based view. So for instance, this, I could call this about view. I could call this maybe def. About view, and then I would pass in a template over here because I'll be inheriting from a template, and then a template view, and then I would do something like this. Template name, would be something like this. Then I would start with the name of the app, which is home, and then that is it. So this I'm more used to something like this, which of course you need to get used to as well. But again, just know that all this work. But now this will not work because we need to import, templates from here. We need to import something like template view, and so forth. View something like that, and yeah, basically something like this for it to work. Yeah, and then that means again I would have to. If for now I go to my, let me remove this. If for instance, if I would go to the URLs, I would do something like this. Path about then it will be views dot about view as view, the name about. This would still qualify, and it would work. But yeah, this would also load the about page, and I think probably I would have to import this from the views. Yeah, something like that, basically. So you can adopt either way, but for now, let's stick to function-based views. They all will work for us the way we want. So we've done home. We still have movies. We will start populating. We will build the homepage, I think, on. We will see, maybe by Wednesday or Thursday, so that it has some, it makes sense. Any question after there? Before I ask you questions, I know we've overshot, but you guys also coming late. Any question? Brian, how do you find it? Is it confusing or?
I think if I get the concepts, then it will be easier. Plus, the debugging bit is, I think, the fun bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah, true. That is. Susan, what's your take? Away home before.
Okay, for me,
Mm,
it's challenging and confusing, but I'll catch up soon.
okay. Um, let me ask a question. So, let me ask a question. Ivy, how do you find it? What did you get from this lesson?
Um, it's okay. Getting the concept here and there. Still need to put a bit more work. Yeah.
Okay. Nick?
I've gotten it. I've gotten it up to the point of getting to create the apps. That's clear up to that point. Now getting to that's the views and the URLs. I need to look more into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you fire up Django the first? Did it fire up?
Yeah, it did fire up. I've gotten to the point of creating those apps. The manage.py, Python manage.py.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kate, what's your take? Anna? Mrs. Velia?
Hello, sir. I'll
Yes,
start
Anna.
saying it's not easy.
It's not. It's not.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear. It's not hard either.
It's not easy, but I think as we continue, I'm still following from the start of Django from the previous class. I was only repeating for myself so that I can catch up with you today. From what you've been doing today, honestly, I've only gotten how to create an app that Python manage py.startup up to there. But I
Which is
wouldn't say that I've gotten up from the beginning of the class.
Anna, that is still something. At least